Mother Nature is a serial killer. No one's better, more creative. Like all serial killers, she can't help the urge to want to get caught. What good are all those brilliant crimes if no one takes the credit? So she leaves crumbs. Now the hard part, while you spend a decade in school, is seeing the crumbs for the clues they are. Sometimes the thing you thought was the most brutal aspect of the virus turns out to be the chink in its armor. And she loves disguising her weaknesses as strengths. It's a bitch.
Blame it on me. You're just too scared to be lonely. No one's safe from the reaper, not a saint nor a sinner. Rage under my skin, slowly descending to madness. Let it spread like a virus. Be a friend with the violence. There's blood on my hands.
Are we heading towards another lockdown again? Started as a whisper. Now it's beginning to be audible on every human ears, especially on those who are listening to the news. Mpox, or previously known as monkeypox.
That Democratic Republic of Congo has experts in epidemic struggles. The DRC has overcome Ebola epidemic. DRC has also overcome coronavirus epidemic, Mpox, measles, and the list goes on and on. My name is Prosper Herring Ngorora. I'm a freelance journalist based in Goma, in Democratic Republic of Congo. Between us, I'm pretty certain that we shall overcome Mpox because we have done it before. Dr. Rachel Maguru is a healthcare provider here in Goma. She was optimistic that this disease shall be beaten. Rachel Maguru has struggled against the coronavirus. She has previously struggled against the Ebola epidemic, and now she is struggling against Mpox. For her, the sky is the limit. At the end of the day, he shall sing a victory song because she is very optimistic. Any sound measure has not yet been taken by Congolese government. It means there is no lockdown already announced. There is no other restrictions which is already implemented by government. People are not obliged to put their masks. People are not obliged to avoid mass gatherings. What the government is only asking Congolese people is to respect hygiene measures, is to avoid to be in contact with
I think the first important rule is to recognize that every virus is different. They got different characteristics, and we must respond accordingly based on those characteristics. Transmission mode is mainly through close physical contact with infected persons. And this includes sexual contact, mouth to mouth, skin to mouth, skin to skin contact. What makes clade 1 different from clade 2 is that the global outbreak of clade 2 is mostly amongst men who have sexual relationship with men, within those circuits. However, clade 1 in DRC spread not just through sexual workers and sexual networks, or I should say, it doesn't spread primarily through just sexual networks, but also through family members living in the same households, where there will be some close and physical contact. Is a question that scientists are looking at is whether it spread via air, just like respiratory illnesses and diseases. It cannot be ruled out, But this will be something that will be clear in the coming months. But I think what is clear is that it doesn't spread as far and wide. The second characteristics we should look at, pay attention to, and in fact quite decisive, is the infectiousness. And this is measured by what we call a reproduction number, which is R. So as of now, Mpox clade 1 has a known R of about 1.3. This means for every 10%, they can spread to 13%. Compared to COVID-19, Mpox clade 1 is far less infectious. For COVID-19 Omicron variant, for example, one person can spread to 5, 8, or even 10 people. And because of that high level of transmission, we require all kinds of safe management measures and even a circuit breaker in order to slow down the transmission. We are not seeing that in Mpox clade 1. This is quite a decisive factor as we develop the response plan. The third characteristic we look at is severity. So out of 100 cases, infected cases in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, about 3 to 4 died, which is actually quite a high number and quite a worrying number. And as Mark presented, a majority are actually young people below 15. The actual statistics, when it comes to Europe, developed countries, and to Singapore, is likely to be significantly lower for two reasons. Number one is that in Africa and in DRC, the denominator is probably underestimated because many infected cases are not detected nor notified. So bigger denominator, actually the severity rate should be lower than 3 to 4. And secondly is there will be better access to quality medical care in Europe or in Singapore, which will lower the severity rate also significantly. Fourth characteristics, which are the specific groups that will especially be affected by Mpox clade 1. The first group is, of course, the vulnerable, meaning the old, the sick, or people who are immunocompromised. Second group is possibly the young, because as mentioned, a large proportion of cases and deaths in the DRC are children below the age of 15. And there are other factors and reasons for the high severity observed in children in the DRC. For example, there's a high prevalence of malnutrition in the DRC. The children may also be infected with other diseases. Thirdly, they may not have access to good quality healthcare. All three factors are critically important to children when they are infected with a disease.
Pump up the baseline. Pump up the
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel.
Like and share our videos.
Please comment below.
See you on the next one.